There's something haunting about a relationship falling apart long before either person is willing to say it out loud. Love Will Tear Us Apart captures exactly that feeling. How two people can still care for each other, still share a past, and yet slowly drift toward separate emotional worlds. The song doesn't dramatize heartbreak with loud declarations. Instead, it walks us through the quiet, everyday ways love breaks down. And that's what makes it so powerful. It doesn't talk about the end of a relationship. It talks about the unraveling. The first verse sets the emotional tone right away. When routine bites hard and ambitions are low. This is the start of emotional erosion. The relationship has slipped into autopilot. Same routines, same patterns, but no spark left. When the daily grind becomes heavy and dreams start shrinking, the relationship becomes a pressure cooker. The next line, and resentment rides high, but emotions won't grow, reveals the imbalance. There are a lot of feelings, but none of them are the good ones anymore. It's that strange place where anger and disappointment are strong, but affection is fading. And as the couple changes paths, taking different roads, you can feel the distance widening. They're not just drifting apart emotionally, they're literally heading in different directions in life. Then comes the iconic chorus, a resigned confession. Love, love will tear us apart again. It feels like a cycle they've been through before. Not the first argument, not the first disconnection, not the first time love has more than it's healed. The repetition of again says it all. This is familiar territory. They've tried, maybe many times, but the very thing that brought them together is becoming the thing that breaks them. It's a heartbreak that doesn't explode, it erodes. The second verse moves us inside the bedroom, the place that's supposed to be intimate, comforting. But instead of closeness, there's an emotional freeze. Why is the bedroom so cold? You've turned away on your side. The line paints a scene so simple, yet so painful. Two people lying beside each other, but feeling miles apart. It's the kind of distance you can't physically feel. Then, the narrator questions himself. Is my timing that flawed? This is self-blame creeping in. When relationships fall apart, we often start asking, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Did I say it too late? The next line, our respect runs so dry, shows that mutual admiration, something that relationships need to survive, has faded. Yet, despite all the coldness, the couple still shares this appeal that we've kept through our lives. It's that lingering sense of connection that keeps people holding on even when they know things are slipping away. The chorus returns with the same emotional honesty, but now it feels heavier because we've seen the intimacy crumble. Love will tear us apart again isn't a prediction. It's a reality they're already living through. The final verse is perhaps the most vulnerable part of the song. You cry out in your sleep, all my failings exposed. This line suggests unspoken pain, emotional wounds that surface unconsciously. The narrator hears their partner's pain and immediately sees it as a reflection of his own shortcomings. It highlights how guilt and insecurity play major roles in relationships that are collapsing. The next lines, "And there's a taste in my mouth as desperation takes hold," capture the bitterness of knowing something once beautiful is slipping through your hands. It's the moment when fear, regret, and sadness mix together, leaving a feeling you can't shake. And then comes one of the most devastating realizations in the song. Just that something so good just can't function no more. Not that they don't love each other, not that the relationship was never real, but that it simply can't work in the way it used to be. Sometimes, love isn't enough to keep two people together, especially when communication breaks, resentment grows, and emotional needs go unmet. The repeated chorus at the end feels like a final acknowledgement. It's not angry, not dramatic, just a quiet acceptance. Love, the thing that once held them together, has ultimately pulled them apart. In the end, Love Will Tear Us Apart isn't just a song about heartbreak. It's a portrait of decay. It's about the moments in between the fights, the silence between two people, the distance that forms even when both try to hold on. And that's why it resonates so deeply. It doesn't describe a dramatic breakup. It describes the slow, painful truth of two hearts growing apart while still remembering why they came together in the first place.